Alright guys, so if you know me, I can't leave anything stock. On top of that, I can't even leave modified stock. I can't leave my sandblaster stock. I can't even leave my lathe stock. Can't leave my drill press stock. I can't leave my air compressor stock. So, should the vise be the same? That's right. Hey guys, I'm going to modify my vise. Stay tuned. See if you like these modifications. See if you'd do these same kind of modifications. Alright, let's get into this. And that's not what I'm talking about. So basically, this is my vise. So any garage, any shop, anything like that, vise is a very important tool. So this vise has been a really good vise. It does have the swivel on it where you can lock it in over here. It is 5.5 inches just from here to here. But I have noticed whenever I close this side is tighter than this side. Makes kind of clamping down a little bit of an issue, so we'll see if we can address that. So whenever you crank this down really hard, it is just as hard to loosen it back up until after it gets past that initial tightening or whatever. So we're going to see if we can put a thrust bearing in here, see if that helps any. Then the other thing we'll do, maybe just take this out and look at all the castings and all that stuff, just kind of see how it is. This might be hollow, which, oops, doesn't really sound hollow. Maybe it is hollow. But we'll take this out and look inside. If it is hollow, we'll see if we can maybe fill it up with molten aluminum or something like that. It's about the best I can do. Again, I hadn't had any problems with this. I don't have any cracks or anything like that. So if you have that issue, you might look for another video. But I know, like the Harbor Freight, Chinese import vices, I know those are hollow inside, so that might be a preventive maintenance kind of thing for you. The anvil part is still really nice. Might dress it up a little bit, I don't know, but I'm not having any issues with that. Again, this swivel's nice. So we'll go ahead and take this out and we'll set it over on the bench. And the way you do that is you just take it out. Let's go ahead and measure how wide open that is. It's 5¼ inches, and this is all the way out, so maybe 5 inches that way. And then the depth is about 3 1/8. And it does have the jaws for pipe. I think I've only used it a couple of times. There we go. So I've had this vise a really long time. It's been a really good vise. I've kind of beat the snot out of it. I wouldn't say I abuse it, but as your regular typical homeowner, I've gone a little bit further than what I think a typical homeowner would do. And I was going to go buy another vise, maybe a Wilton bullet vise. Those seem to be really good. Machinist vise, something like that. A real big, heavy duty one. And I forgot how expensive these are. And I was looking at this one. I remembered it was a Wilton, but couldn't remember the name of it. So I remember I bought it on Amazon. So I looked it up, and it's the Wilton 675. It is the 5.5 inch vise, which is the width of the jaws. And yeah, it shows it's basically $200. And so I don't think I spent that much on it, but anyways, I remember it was a pretty good vise at the time from what I was looking at. And again, it does seem to be a pretty solid vise, and I hadn't had any issues with it, so I want to kind of give it some love to last a little bit longer. And you can kind of see the handle is a little bit warped where I've put some torque on it and beat it with a hammer a couple times to try to get a little bit tighter. And let's see if we can figure out how to get this out. This does have the, I forget the name of the threads, but these are the square threads and not like the Acme threads, which are supposed to be a lot stronger. I don't see any wear on these threads, so that's good. I don't think you'll be able to see this really well, but there's one of these little E-clips on here that is holding this in here. So let's see if we can knock that out somehow. So hopefully that'll keep that from shooting off. That's under here. It's almost out. There we go. There we go. Alright. I don't know if you can see that or not. I was probably in your way. But that's the little clip. And that's the spring. Okay. Okay, so we got our calipers. Thrust washer can't be bigger than this surface. Thrust washer can't be bigger than this surface, and it's got to be big enough to the inner diameter. It's got to slip over this. So take some measurements. 0.66, and then outer surface of this 1 1/4. Alright, so we got the thrust washers in, and so now what we want to do is, I don't know how well this will be able to pick it. Let me get in the sun. Alright, I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but if you can see inside, it's hollow. Yeah, you can kind of see. It's hollow down in there. And I don't know how deep it goes. So what I'm going to do is we're going to try to fill up this this hollow cavity just to make it that much stronger. This is upside down, and you can see the hollow cavity inside this and a little bit right there. Now if this is level, we can fill this all the way up. The problem is that whenever the lead is liquid, obviously it's going to want to run out. So it'll want to run out up here if we had this tilted, or if it's back, it's just going to run out the back. Alright, so you can it's completely hollow. So what I'm going to try to do is, I have this square tubing, and it fits in there pretty nice, and I'm going to try to clamp this down on the front and the back to hopefully close this up long enough to put the lead in there, and hopefully long enough for it to solidify. Alright, so that's kind of the plan for this one. And again, this one's going to be the easier one to do. So we'll do the hardest one first.